Good morning, beautiful lovers of life. Here we are again. Sometimes they say making a starting is the easiest thing. Keeping it going is harder. Sometimes they say starting is the hardest. In yoga, it's like get onto the mat. Once you're there, the rest is done deal. Anyhow, here we are. Before I start saying a lot of things, I want to just, in case you're just listening to the audio, I've added in 2 images here into the visuals for anyone who's not familiar with the dream spell as such, to show you, which I've been meaning to do for a long time, what a daykin looks like and what a wave spell looks like. So you can just pause and have a look at that for a minute if you want to, or not. Doesn't matter. I'm not keeping the image there, so it's once you've seen it, you'll understand what I'm referencing. So here we see the white dog in the middle, tone 11, spectral, line, dot, and the 4 musketeers were guided above by the white dog. We have the antipod to the left, the sun. We have the occult below, the monkey, and the analog to the right, the red moon. And you can see the monkey has 3 dots, which denotes that the monkey is on tone 3. Remember, 11 plus 3 is 14. And then on the other side is the wave spell, which is the sequence of 13 days. And you see we're on tone 11, starting to curve back in, and then comes the next one. It's a 2D depiction of the wave spells. A castle has 4 of these. I could add that image in as well. It looks a bit like a swastika. Be interesting to see this in a 3D model, actually, if that even is possible, to 3Dify. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's just for your interest. White dog. I come in again with a bit of trepidation, like, it's my own antipod. It's very significant. And it's tone 11 this year. I'm tone 11. In the wave spell of my life purpose, yellow sun, it's the dissolving, liberating tone. Now, I really want to share this. I don't know if it's relevant, but I don't know if I just to iterate a point, reiterate a point. I think about coming in, doing the dog, spectral dog, and I'm like, oh, I have nothing to say. I immediately have an emotional reaction. It's very subtle, very subtle. And it's the longer I live, or the longer I serve, or the longer I serve and surf. I meant to say surf, but I came out serve. Lovely. The the more the subtler my awareness can become. Because why? It's my intention to have that happen. And I've spoken about this, not in a debilitating manner, but in an enhancing manner. That's my intention. Solar star. Become aware of, which has been the solar star in this wave spell 2 days ago. When am I? 11, 10, 9. Yep. Become aware, become maybe more sensitive or aware of sensitivity that I have. If I assume that everything is, I just have to choose what of all that I am, and I am all that there is. What do I choose to focus on or to enhance? What do I choose to invite into my life? It's a much easier version than to say, I need to build that first. And there's neither of, I don't know that either is truer than the other. Even science can we can all take our pick and then find proof of it. So I take my pick. Which paradigm do I prefer? Do I prefer the paradigm where I have to envision and then build or develop a Tatiana that I want to become? Do I want to live in a paradigm where I imagine a Tatiana that I need to avoid becoming? Or do I want to live in a paradigm where, as quantum physics tells us, which is just another theory, they are finding the proof because they're looking for the proof, right? So we all can. Do I want to live in a world where every Tatiana that is possible exists and I can just choose? It's much easier. I like that. I choose that one. Yellow human gives me more flow, makes me, it's like this hard work. I don't need to say I'm not into hard work, but I'm not into stressing. I'm into flowing and choosing, and out of the millions and billions and gazillions of choices we could be making, and we are in fact making any moment that we are conscious or not conscious. Well, I choose to be a conscious chooser. And up to this moment, I think it serves me pretty well. I have a lot to say about that. Anyway, I want to go back to this. I don't have emotional response. We have, as you see, the moon today, like yesterday. I can really link to yesterday. Um, um, Today is the love choice. Where am I going? Simplicity is the highest form of complexity. So I have an emotional response to thinking I have nothing to say. Then I'm starting to just tune myself a little bit into like, hold on, spectral dog. It's not true. They have nothing to say. It's just an illusion. Oh man, I have so much to say right now. Oh, that dream yesterday, I have so much. Oh, this illusion. So I'm like, okay, wait, go a little bit deeper into, and then suddenly the spectral tone opens up. Liberation. I mean, dog, heart, love, loyalty, and then liberation. I mean, how does that not open up a multitude of things I could talk about? And then I get overwhelmed. And then I'm like, I don't want to talk because how can I do justice to this? How can I ever possibly do justice to this? And then the thoughts come like, if I only choose a few things to talk about, because what else can I do? Somebody's going to criticize and say, you didn't talk about this, you didn't talk about that, you didn't talk about that. So comes the fear, which in everything I have an emotional reaction to. So I expand and I go into excitement. Then I go into too much excitement. Then I'm overwhelmed by my excitement. It happens in micro doses. And I'm not fighting any of it. I'm just like aware, like, okay, this is happening. What does it do to me? Is it serving me? Where's love? Remember, I'm always on about our health, our well-being. I've come to realize when I massage, like you get these different kinds of massages, and for a long time, it's like wellness massage. I kind of like, I don't give wellness massage because often in people, or sometimes it's like this negative connotation, wellness massage. Well, they just stroke your skin. It's not really. But now I'm like, wait a minute, a real good wellness massage. I mean, what is more important than our wellness? Get a wellness massage that's like well-being. Like when you're healthy, get yourself massaged all the time. Don't wait until your body needs it or your system needs it. Look after your wellness while you're well. I mean, can I underline that, please? It's very easy to ignore and to anyway, it doesn't matter. Both is right and good, and it's all good. We got to test the boundaries. That's how we learn. And that's not how we learn what's right or what's wrong. That's just how we learn what we prefer. I don't want to waste time personally having to heal. But if I am in a position where I have to heal, then obviously that is a gift to me where I can learn something about healing. Somewhere I heard when we like cook a lot, or chefs, or people who cut themselves frequently, when we cut ourselves frequently, once children cut themselves all the time, break their skin in one way or the other all the time, and they heal quickly. Maybe they break bones, maybe they do whatever, they wound themselves, their bodies heal very quickly. As we get older, maybe more careful, maybe a life with less, the body takes longer to heal because it's not as used to it, which is why the common cold should be the most holy thing. It should be revered and not treated, certainly not with medication. Maybe with water, maybe with lemon, maybe with a bit of vitamin C, but certainly with a lot of sleep and rest and joy and chill. Chill for the chill. But because that's where the body keeps itself. It's the training, their immune system stays activated and in training, and then it can respond adequately because it's trained. And when we cut ourselves frequently, the immune response, the skin repair, the body repair is trained. It's, yeah. So of late, ever since I've heard that, I'm like, oh yeah, I cut myself. Great. I'm so excited about that. If I haven't cut myself or done something in a couple of months, I get like, oh. And there comes the information again. Am I telling myself the opposite? Like, not good? Ugh. Human. I mean, can we avoid duality? Can we avoid polarizing? Anyway, so where was I going? Backtrack. White spectral dog. I did say about choosing versions of myself. At the end of the day, it's choosing love. Today's the dog, tomorrow's the monkey, and then it's the human. Very close. Choosing love. Choosing wisely. Choose what I can love. Choosing love. It's not first achieve and then love. First achieve or first have, first get and then enjoy. I will enjoy my life when. I will be at peace when. I will love when. I mean, anything goes, yeah. I'm not preaching, not moralizing, but if we can choose to love, to enjoy, to be in balance, to be in life now, um, everything is a gift that comes. Oh, this sounds like such a cliche, but it's not. I testify to that. Ah, conscious. How do we be so conscious? Making choices. There are these, I think Bruce Lipton says, I should talk about this on the Yellow Human Day, but I'm talking about this now. Bruce Lipton says, I think 95% of the day we are unconscious. We're running on autopilot. We're not consciously making choices. Maybe that's true. For me personally, for the most part, you might want to pay your attention to other things. If you've set yourself up to make unconscious choices in favor of love, you don't have nothing to worry about. If you are set up that your unconscious choices are worry, you may have something to worry about. And I remember asking myself, like, if the unconscious had so much power, and I remember asking Abraham or finding clips where people ask Abraham about the power of the unconscious. And Abraham says the unconscious has no power over the conscious. And I didn't understand it until I guess I understood that the minute we're online, like this second, you are online. I'm telling you, you're online. You're making a choice right now to be online. And you can choose whatever you're choosing right now. There may be a momentum. There may be a depression, a mild or a pain or a lack of aliveness, or there may be something already running that in this moment, consciously, you can change. But with practice, that changes. because the influence of the conscious decision you make now, 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 now. Here's the rhythmic tone. The conscious choice overrides the unconscious. It may not be able to manifest right now, but in time it does. For me, I've trained at talking. For me, it gives me just so much joy. And I don't know if you followed, if you remember, in the first wave spell, I think of the dragon. I had this one day where it's like wobbling, and then even in the course of talking, I was really not doing so splendidly that day. My energy changed, and now it's like it doesn't matter where I come from. The minute I come in here, my energy is, my inner state, my inner being is at its peak. These are peak experiences for me to come here to talk. It's me connecting with me. It's me connecting with life. It's me connecting. It's like me making love, white dog, to, not to anything. I'm just making love. I'm talking love. I'm being love. I'm a lover of life right now. And I couldn't think of anything more exciting, more relaxing. At the same time, it's exciting and relaxing. It's enervating. It's aligning me. I love it. So I found and find consciously seeking, not, seeking. Sometimes people say like, oh, the seekers you're never finding. You're always a seeker. And then there's maybe sometimes criticism. You should not be a seeker. You should just realize you have everything. I'd say you shouldn't should anything. And you shouldn't tell anyone what to should or what not to should. Well, like speak for yourself. But I find I've been, quote unquote, a seeker all my life. And I realize I've been a finder all my life too. So for me, seeking, for long times, like I'm looking for myself, only to find I can't find myself. Yes, I've arrived. Eternally not having a self. Or what? I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. It's so fantastic. The Buddhists have it right. Like, find your way into the void and become that nothing, and then you're free. Tone 11. You're everything. Everything is nothing. Spectral tone. Life after death. I had to investigate for a very long time. And since I am the eternal questioner, every time I arrived at a conclusion, sooner or later, I'm like, I have to question this conclusion. What if this is not true? What if this is not true? What if it isn't so? And for a very long time, it wobbled me around, it spun me, it spun me, it spun me. Now, it doesn't matter. Whether I live or die, it doesn't matter. Whether I have eternal life or not, it doesn't matter. Whether when I close my eyes, take my last breath, and then I'm gone, forever gone, and there's nothing of me, it doesn't matter. It is of no consequence at all, because right now I'm here. I would not have understood that. I remember when I was 13, my father stood in my door to my room. I don't know what I was reading. And he asked me what I'm reading, or and something concerning life after death. I don't know, something. And he's like, or a death anyway. Something about death. And he's like, why concern yourself with death? You're here to live. Like, I didn't appreciate that it was dismissive. I didn't appreciate that it wasn't actually engaging with me. But for some reason, that moment, I think it stuck because, well, here I am, daddy's girl, like a dog. And my daddy asked me a question, like, actually, what are you doing? Like, for 1 second, taking an interest in my life. I remember that. I think I kind of remember every moment my father took seemingly an interest in my life. Of course, he turned around and walked away. But it was very significant. Make no mistake, I'm not really in victim mode here, like, oh, my daddy didn't take enough. But I, like, yeah, I deal with that. We deal with that. It's like, yeah, did my dad take enough interest in me? Would I be a different person if he had taken more interest? Blah, 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 blah. I am who I am and I like who I am. End of story. Punkt. Oh, here's that blue morning light again. Oh, God. It's beautiful. Anyway, where am I going? Am I speaking too fast? Exhale, release this moment. Tone 11, spectral, release everything. Yeah, the void, it doesn't matter. Because, I realized then I couldn't, like, it does matter. How can you know how to live life if you don't know what comes after? So I find my peace with it. Now it doesn't matter. And it doesn't, excuse me, and it doesn't matter. Oh, hold on. I had to blow my nose. It doesn't matter because I've made my peace with all options. And I choose. I choose. There's another story I want to tell from this presentation I saw on my drive. It wasn't the first time I saw this, but there's the reference. Not that it matters to you. He spoke about goal setting and goal achieving, and it was all about that goal achieving. And here's a cold cup of coffee. Wait a minute. He spoke about goal setting, and then he had this square presentation, like doesn't matter, square sheet of paper, and the square had lots of little squares on, each one representing a month of our life. Average lifetime, I don't remember, 89 years old or something, or 98 or whatever. Average lifetime, months. So, and then he's like, okay, woof, took off a third. He said, this is the time you sleep. Then he took off more and more. This is the time you need to make food and to eat and to reducing. I stopped listening, but he's reducing it to like whatever conscious life or whatever life we have left, whatever lifetime we have to set and achieve goals and like carpe diem, like, and I get it. I do. Now I want to say that in the past, I've seen this presentation many times. I've heard this many times. Many years ago, this used to freak me out. Like, oh my God, I lose a third of my life to sleep. Now I'm like, oh my God, can we have more of it? It's not lost. It's like sleep. You're still alive in your sleep. We go to amazing places in our sleep. We're in the freaking quantum field. Any decision we make manifests instantly. Hello? Wherever we go, wherever reality is, whatever simulation, when are we dreaming? When are we sleeping? Maybe in this reality, in this, or just brain states, whatever, but it's like, no, we lose nothing. We are constantly present and we can constantly choose love, and we can choose consciousness to the degree that we can choose consciousness. We can choose conscious dreaming, call it lucid dreaming. You can choose, I've chosen for my choice, and I love my dreams. And in as much as I had a dream where, somebody shot at me in my dream yesterday, and she shot me in the eye, like poof. And it's not, I wasn't afraid at all. Like, and I wasn't angry either. I was so like observing. This wasn't emotional. It wasn't a nightmare. Like, oh my God, they're coming to take over the world. No, it's just like, oh, they're taking over the world. I have to defend. There's no emotion to it. So I'm kind of pleased about that because, like, yeah, whatever, obviously. So spectral tone, let's go. Oh, there's something I wanted to add. It's my joy to talk about my dream and to talk about, like, Neptune entered Aries on the 26th. That was what? Yesterday? 2 days ago? Today's the 28th, 2 days ago. And now here I am dreaming about my warrior. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, the warriors of light should be more activated. Perhaps, yeah, will be. It doesn't matter. The dream warriors. But like, I mean, on that day, to dream so strongly about illusion and fighting windmills. Very interesting. And I thought to myself yesterday, my own Aries power, my own Mars power, my own. I spoke about anger and flow. This is a theme in my life also. Having had that a bit, I didn't learn to express that healthily in my childhood. And I wasn't surrounded by people who could express and emote appropriately, properly, healthily. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not a single role model, I feel, who's really balanced. And it's hard to say when people, maybe in, at least in the age of the parents, the grandparents are in a different stage in life, and I'm not sure how much was resignation. I don't really recall being surrounded by role models of adults who were passionate about anything, passionately alive, burning, yellow sun, passionate about life, illumined, enlightened, full of light. What is light? The quantum state. I feel more like, and this may sound judgmental or criticism, but people were more. No, I don't want to talk about that. Doesn't matter. They were lovely. My grandparents were lovely, kind, for the most part. Lovely people. But never mind. So, I guess I get to model myself on myself. Here we are, spectral tone. I want to read something about the spectral tone because it's, where's my goggles? Can't read the shit no more. Man, I love this. From the app 1320, 11 is the ray of refraction, like light through a prisma, the foundation of self combined with the foundation of essence self, catalyzed to the point of unity. I mean, my brain is like, what? My brain is like, what is self? What is essence self? And what is the point, catalyzed to the point of unity? Huh? 11. But I like it because when the wave spell of the sun, and the sun's analog is the blue storm, and the blue storm stands for catalyzing, and the sun for life, illumination. So if we're catalyzing storm, catalyzed by the point of unity, unity magnetic. 11 is 10 plus 1. 10 was yesterday, planetary. What we've manifested, unity of our manifestation. Ideally, we're not manifesting too much of our worries, right? But even that, I mean, life makes no judgments. Whatever we're manifesting is holy. Please remind me, I want to talk about something. Don't worry. 11, I read on. 11 is stripping away the layers down to your core essence. This myself gets myself and goes like, yeah. I get giddy. Core essence, yeah. Unity, the great illuminator, is transforming patterns and structures, freeing you from things that no longer serve your emerging wholeness. Look through the surface appearance of your process. Let complexity dissipate, becoming the blessing of simplicity. I mean, the spectral tone, when the single ray of light breaks itself open into the rainbow when it breaks through this prism. One thing that there isn't is there's no conflict. There are different states brought about by different conditions. The light particles, a particle can be wave and particle. Light can be wave and particle. There's no conflict. The moment of observation, the observer and the moment create the moment. we are very good at creating conflict, and we do well to become aware of that. Do we want that? I remember times in my life where I've been very much in conflict with myself, and went to meet and chat with a friend of mine who I had infected with the wisdom of Abraham, and then he was giving me the wisdom of Abraham type of thing, and I got very angry because I felt not heard, I felt not understood, I felt not engaged with. I felt instead of engaging with me, you're you're overriding, or you're just um, yep, you're just what is it? Well, advising me without actually feeling me. No compassion. And I know everything you're saying, but I didn't want to even, and I learned I don't even want to not be here, because I'm here for a reason. I'm in this depressed state for some reason, and I haven't yet finished with it. And one thing I personally know about myself now, and it won't always be like this, but it is still like this now, and I'm leaving that space because I've hold the paradigm that once I have fully felt that, fully experienced that, everything I fully experience eventually gets boring. No matter what, it just gets old. Is I want to be met in my pain when I'm in a state of unhappy or pain or misery or sadness or out of alignment. I want witnessing. I don't want to be alone there. For some reason, that's still, maybe not, maybe I've already out, maybe I'm already done with it. It isn't anything that I desire right now, but up until a few weeks or months ago, it was still very hot. But I am getting more of these experiences now, as I don't need to explain how I get them, but I have made that need or wish, desire very conscious to myself. I want that. I want a place and a time where I can feel my pain and have it be witnessed, and just not be alone with it, not have it wished away, etc. One place, well, I can say the place where I currently find that, but I'm not saying, it's like when I get in my regular being massaged. It's a place where having, I don't know why, but the memory stored in the body when the red moon massages get the body back into flow in places where flow has got stuck. It 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 unlocks or unlodges stuck memories in the tissue, in the fascia, in even in your bones, in your emotional body, mental body, wherever. Not every massage, not every masseur does that, but when you get one that works for you, then that can really easily happen. For me, that happens a lot. I intend for that to happen, so I am aligned with masseurs, various ones who all achieve that in me. I achieve that in me, and then I can weep it out, have someone just be there, witness, hold me if need be, carry on massaging, just place a hand on my body and wait until I'm done. And it just takes maximum a few minutes. And after that, just joy breaks free, because then the thing is cleared. And I go into like a grinning mode after I've just wept to the core of my being, where I'm like, oh my God, this pain is ripping me apart. Oh no, it's not. And that's to me, that's very precious. So I've set that intention, solar moon probably, in the dragon wave spell. That's my intentions for my, I can set that any time, the intentions for my feeling, for my flow, for my how to be in flow. That moon happens to be in the dragon wave spell, which is really the first one. Clear up the birthing, the nurturance. I need some nurturance, and I need someone to be there to post, like a mother, just nurture that wounded part of me. It doesn't need to be, it's harder for partners to do that, because I find they often, or when we partnering someone, even ourselves, it's very easy for someone to want to, it's more natural for someone to say, oh my God, you're in pain. Can I make that pain go away? And I personally think, like, please don't make the pain go away. Just witness it. Just be present. Be very, very present. Allow me to be in that state so I can explore it. I can feel it fully. Even anger, rage, desperation, grief, whatever it may be, let it come through. Because in my personal childhood, a lot of that did not get the space and guidance and witnessing, presence and appreciation and love it needed. I work with dogs now and then, animals, and work. I've got this course. I'm constantly in it. Trust technique, wonderful. So I learn when a dog goes into fear, I remain in a witnessing presence of love. Whether it growls at me, whether it bites me. I mean, there comes a point where I have to set a boundary. But the dog doesn't, it just, whatever. And it tells me something about me and my aggression. If it bites me, it reflects something back to me. I spoke about that yesterday. I'm very thankful for that. I don't mind my dog bites. It's like, lol. I would have never, ever imagined. Did I speak about an openness, a curiosity, what life brings me? Well, now it brings me dog bites. It's like, oh my God, amazing. I just got bitten. I have a really deep hole in my thigh that's still not closed. And it's been there since the 31st of December. Well, it isn't that long yet. We're still in January. So, oh my goodness. Feels like I was bitten a year ago. Just because it was last year. Anyway. I love it. It's like, no worries. It gives my body a chance to practice rehealing itself, rebuilding its tissue. It's just wonderful, marvelous. My body, oh my God, it just heals itself. I don't need to do anything about it. Just love it. And I can love the dog in fear, and I can love my own fear and remain a witnessing presence. Okay, spectral tone, liberation, freeing. Where am I going? I'm meandering all over the show. Choosing to love everything that is and being with it, not in conflict. Blue monkey I should talk about, the occult. And the blue monkey, like, hold on a minute. All right, today. Yesterday the human was in the occult. Tomorrow there's no human. But this wave spell is culminating in the cosmic human. I endure in order to influence, transcending wisdom. Hello? Transcending wisdom. Are we transcending? We are transcending wisdom, or is it is this a noun? Is this a verb or an adjective? Like cold water versus chilling water. I am chilling water. I am chilling water. Does that mean I'm cooling water down? Or does it mean I am water that is chilling? You know what I mean? So transcending wisdom, does that mean the wisdom is a transcending kind of wisdom? The wisdom is, it's like a burning fire. transcending wisdom, not transcending. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean. I know what I mean. That's enough. I seal the process of free will with a cosmic tone of presence. Oh, I'm guided by the power of intelligence, of course. That's where we're going. Never to, goal setting in the now. I'm going back to this square, this thing about goal setting. To me, I'm not the greatest to speak about goal setting. For many years, I'm like, I can't set any goals, but I realize I can't dream either. I cured and healed all that, and I realized some of my goals are just a little bit different from. They're not so easy to speak about because they're kind of like either external. They're not external goals. My goals are how to be, who do I want to be? How do I be the most peaceful, enlightened version of myself? The goal has to be enlightenment, not as an end goal, but how to live joyfully, healthily, at peace with my processes. How do I control or influence my body's health, my longevity, my agility, my vitality? How do I keep that going until I choose my last breath? That would be my goal. I want to live as Tatiana for as long as it is joyful to be Tatiana, and I'd like her to be not frozen in time. I don't mind change, but I'd like her to look and feel the way that I feel, joyful and confident, and I feel myself, etc. That's kind of like, that's my goal in life. And how do I live the inner abundance? I'm already doing that. My inner abundance, financial abundance is, I cannot say that it's an issue because I just have a wrong settings, because I'm also influenced by thinking, well, financial abundance means X amount in the bank account. I have to have a certain amount in the bank. Then I relax and feel like, oh yeah, I can make any move. And I do want to be in that state where I can say, oh, I'm flying anywhere in this world to visit my friends anytime I want. That's the place I want to be in. I'm not in that place, and I have to ask myself, why? What part of my lack consciousness, or is it called that? Am I still manifesting? It's okay. I manifest a lot of abundance in other places, but what I'm saying the wrong is like, I don't need to have the abundance in the future. I still also live in the state of consciousness where if I don't know that figure in my bank account is going to be there next month and next year and in 100 years, then I should worry about it. I can only be at peace when I know that's always going to be there. How am I going to know that that's always going to be there? By knowing that it's always going to be there. I have to choose to know that. Transcending wisdom. I mean, cosmic. I mean, like, I know the answers, but I'm still living. And it's like, we only need the means we need now. It's, again, so simple. And this worry, I've spent, between 2010 and 2020, I spent a lot of time in darkness, so-called darkness. I've investigated. I've done that also in the roundabout when I was 18, like how many years ago? Can't remember. When I was teenage depression, between 13 and 19 or so, I was like really like, dark days, really dark days. But in that darkness, I found my light. In that teenage darkness, I was much more at ease with my depressed state, because I was still somehow in love with it. I was like, yeah, I don't know. How can I say? I was really somehow in love with it. Yeah, I made a whole lifestyle of it. I was a goth. Like, anyway, between 10 and 20, 2010 and 2020, it wasn't in love. It was really like painful. But I realized at some point, like, I was in so much worry all the time. I fell asleep. When I woke up, I woke up with a frown on my face for months at least. And when I noticed, it was like, oh my goodness, how ingrained into me is my worry, my it was not properly expressed anger. It was turning inward. I had such negative conversations in myself about a certain life situation in my life that I wasn't solving, I wasn't letting go, I wasn't actively, more aggressively addressing my Aries power, my Mars power, completely not able to really go for it, go at it. I was more sitting here, sitting back in misery, complaining endlessly inside myself, but not proactively changing something because I didn't want to let go. And because everything I knew to do didn't work, and something else that might have worked, I didn't know to do. Today I can look back, I can see a few things that could have done differently. The minute I start thinking that, a kind of regret starts kicking in because I might have really fucked up. At the same time, there's no good looking back thinking I wish I could change something in this way because I did the best I could at the time with what I had. And I was absolutely resistant to advice. Advice made me angry. And I kind of almost enjoyed that anger. Finally, 2020 came and I could let that anger out. Finally, the release came at the state of the world, which, finally I could access all that anger. But it was directed outward, not in a very, perhaps not in a proactive way in my life. I don't know. I have yet life to live to integrate some of that anger. Now, 13 years Neptune in Aries, I can't wait. That dream told me I'm ready to fight. I just have to, that's a good thing. But what am I fighting? Am I fighting against something, fighting windmills, or am I going to actually be able to use that power instead of fighting illusions or building illusions to build something real? What does that mean again? Okay. I finally let all that go because I realized that worry, because I realized this is making me ill, this is aging me, this is changing my face, this is changing my physical structure, this is really taking me down a path that I really don't want to go. And then I was like, oh, don't go down that path, don't go down that path. And the more I didn't want to go down that path, the more I was going down that path. So I'm like, okay, you're focusing on what you don't want. Change course. You have to focus on what you want. And I was so deep in that worry mode. I mean, I'd been in there for years. It took everything I knew to remind myself, neuroplasticity, I can change this. And I know how, and I have to just stay the course. It was hard work. And it was the dog in me that was hurt. It was, my antipod as yellow sun. My hurt comes when, like, for me, it's the lessons come in love, lessons to life. Where's my love being hurt? Where's my ability to love myself getting hurt? Where is my loyalty to myself being hurt? Where's my loyalty to some, like all of that. It's like a spectral spectacle. I can't even give words to it. And how do I simplify then the mess I felt I made into a beam of light, a laser beam that focuses on the joy I want to be and live, the love I want to be and live, the states I want to be and live. And that's why I had to take, it was a really, wow, that journey was, it taught me so much. It was so worth taking. It cost a lot, but I can focus who I want to be. Now, this leads me straight into something else I want to talk about. I have a future, right? Like a so-called future. There is, it's whether illusion or not, we're living in a linear time. As humans, we live in linear time. We also live in quantum time. So there's seemingly one me now that I'm aware of, and there's seemingly one past that this me seems to have lived. Quantum physics tells us there are many pasts in as much as there are many future me's. So I can imagine hundreds or more, it doesn't even matter how many 70-year-old Tatyanas, many 150-year-old Tatyanas. I can take just 3, it doesn't matter. Some of them living life or being in states that they may not like. Some of them in states that they love. They all exist. And they're all talking to me today, saying to me today, telling me which decisions to make and which best not to make, because they have experienced the trajectories of certain decisions I have yet to make, or I in the quantum field could make, and leading to somewhere where perhaps they regret, or perhaps they're like, that decision is not so wise. And they are informing me today to make the wiser decision. And there could be like a triangle. Me today, I can just choose one Tatyana at the age of 70 who is, let's say, walking with a walking aid. She knows exactly how she got to be in that position, walking with a walking aid. And then there's another Tatyana who is dancing, joyful. She's more flexible than I am today. She's stronger than I am today. She's like cruising around the world, whatever she's doing. She's like poof in the light, yeah? Now the 3 of us are converging and sharing our experiences. I am here receiving. Those 2 have got their life experience to share with me. And I really, really like that. Now, I am the center of the circle. Those 2 are 2 points on the circle. Now imagine the circle in front of you, there's the dot, and I'm drawing a triangle to the right, as if that's like the future self. Now that triangle meets 2 points on the circle, on the circumference, and the center. I can now move that like 2 arms on a clock. Like I can turn that triangle, I can move it around the circle. And they're always maybe like, as an image, 2 different Tatyanas talking that are there. It could be a sphere, make it 3-dimensional, right? Okay, so now if I dial that back and mirror image to the left, 2 Tatyanas in the past, say at 18 years old, or at 8 years old, or at 8 months old. I can take it further back. Am I talking to them from my point, saying which the choices you're making, locking yourself into? The 8-year-old Tatyana told her mother, the 8-year-old Tatyana was asked by her mother, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I told my mother, and I placed 2 Tatyanas there, because one Tatyana, that the timeline of that Tatyana is the one that I still am most resonating with, because that's what I would tell us in linear time. This is the experience I've had, but I can change that timeline. That's another Tatyana. There are many. I'm just staying with 2. The one told her mother her dream to sing. We were in a tram. I remember this like it was yesterday. And my mother, with one fell swoop, and she feels so guilty about that to this day. She is just like, I told her this, she can't get over the fact that she had this effect on me. Now, who's responsible here, she or me? And I have to tell my 8-year-old, that one, a different story. What happened in this timeline? She said, oh, you can't sing. Nobody in our family can sing. Nobody's musical. You can't sing. Poof. I mean, I have wept about this memory many times because it's really changed. It really set me. I can tell you now the story of my story with singing and blah, 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 not relevant. I am here today, that circle in the dot. I'm always a circle, the dot in the circle, excuse me. I'm always the center. I'm always at the hunapku. I'm always at the center of my experience. And that's the point of decision. That's the eternal now. Okay? The past isn't making a decision about my now. And the paradigms of you are this age, you don't get to develop into that. You need to be I can't become a ballet dancer at the age of 50 if I've never danced because my body is stiff, this. Wrong. Maybe it was true then, it's not true now because I can choose otherwise. End of story. And even if I don't get to fulfill it in this lifetime, I will come back and say, that's a worthy cause to pursue, that at the age of 50, at the age of 100, you can still be like a child and start a completely new trajectory. You can still learn to ski even if you've never learned it as a child, because you can be that eternal child. Blue monkey. We have it always, yeah? Under the dog. Love it and be flexible, whatever. Moon today. Keep the flow, keep the fascia, keep your ability to learn new things. Your ability, the moon stands for remembrance. Remember that you can't change it anytime. Do you see where I love that talking? Oh my God. I can remember a whole new version of myself. Now I want to go here. This shut me down. There's another Tatiana that I now, today, any moment in time can communicate to and say, that might have happened. Protect your dream. The Tatiana who let her mother crush her dream never sang. She tried. She never succeeded. Because she never got over that what happened then. She never did. She got every opportunity. She gave herself every opportunity to become the singer she wanted to be. She never succeeded because she never got over that crushed dream. And there was a time where that Tatiana grieved and mourned that. There was a time where that Tatiana totally let go of that dream, was totally fine to not sing because, oh my God, I mean, is there a million other amazing things to do in life? Oh yeah. Would a life as a singer perhaps have really locked me into one kind of life that would have deprived me of all the other experiences I've had? Oh yeah. Do I love the life that this Tatiana, the timeline she had? Oh yes. But right now, I wouldn't mind unlocking that lock. Just as a possibility to say, you know what, maybe sometime in this life I would like the experience to be able to use my voice to sing. What I then do with that, how far I take it, where that takes, it's a different story. But I'd like that unlocked. I would. I would just like that as an option. For real. So there's that other Tatiana at 8 years old, and I'm saying to her, you know what? Your mother was not right. Because her own mother was extremely musical. And the father of my father was extremely musical. He sang, he performed, he played the mouth organ, the harmonica, whatever, to the point that every time he sang, every time he played it, I just wept because he touched a side, he touched a string in my soul, singing about vagabonds and playing the mouth organ with such longing musicality, he was a master at it. he was really good at it. And my own, they say this thing, don't die with your song. Oh, this gnarly. Don't die with your song still stuck in you, with your song still unsung. Now there's a very many, so I'm veering off. So I've made my point about those Tatyanas. I could go on about that. I've made it. And there are many more. And which wolf am I feeding? Which Tatyana am I feeding? The one who's had her dream crushed, saying to myself, I've thrown myself a pity party. I needed to. Of like I had to. I had to honor that. I took that path. I took that timeline. But in the quantum field, I took many others as well. So I can even say the other 8-year-old who protected her dream, who's like, no, mom, you don't get to crush my dream. Fuck off. I'm stronger than that. You may believe whatever, but I'm not even giving your naysaying right now one droplet of my precious yellow sun life illuminated energy of my passion for singing. I'm not giving one drop of that to you. I'm not allowing you. Like, why should I? And I don't have to defend it. I don't have to be like, oh, here's someone coming, toy foot soldier crushing my world. She just said one sentence of what she believed, an illusion, a untruth. It wasn't a lie. She believed it. It was just a sentence that Tatiana, who had her dream crushed, like, oh please, how sensitive do you want to be? Do you want to be like that? And there are many such things that like cause that are like, what are these things called when a train can rides along the track and then it goes either to the left or to the right. There's this track shift that decides which direction the train takes. There are countless of these. Do I let other people decide, even in my childhood, which trajectory I'm going to go down? Yes, that was how it was, if we want to talk linear time. Why am I going on about this? Because this is like my empowerment. My dog, Spectral dog. The spectral tone, I liberate myself from that one timeline. Opening the spectral tone, releasing myself from that timeline, opening up all the choices. Now, yellow human has to make wise choices. Yellow sun teaches me, fourth timeline, define, measure, form. The fourth wave spell, the yellow sun, magnetic tone, unify, attract, purpose. I'm weaving. The fourth tone is in the yellow sun wave spell, blue night, abundance, dream time, dream intuition. You see what you can mold it anytime with your conscious decisions to make. Abraham says your unconscious is like your past. It holds no power over you. Another school of thought says you are your past. It holds all the power over you. My future holds a power over me, but which future? I am the dot in the center of the circle. The circle is all my past and all my future. It's all now. I can pick and choose. And the more I practice that paradigm, the more I envision myself living in that paradigm, the more comfortable I am choosing that in the now. It's like I have the eternal now to live in. I don't have only 2/3 of my lifetime to live in. I have eternity. I have timelessness, endlessness. White mirror, white dog. Today we're guided by the white dog. Yesterday the dog was guided by the mirror. Planetary moon had the planetary dog guided by the planetary mirror. Like manifest, perfect, produce. Your truth, my truth. I have to choose my truth. Yesterday, the human was in the occult, and he was on tone 4, he or she. We are on yellow human on tone 4. I didn't go into this yesterday. I'm going into it now because tone 10 plus tone 4 make 14, right? The kin of the day and the kin of the occult add up to 14. Why do they add up to 14? Because, oh God, because that's the next wave spell, tone 1. Like the end of the wave spell is tone 13. Oh, wait, my image is running out. Oh, this is going to be long. Sorry, this is going to be long. Sorry, I had to just duplicate my images so I can keep on recording here, and my battery is going to run out soon as well. Anyway, this is amazing. I never realized this is a new thought for me to imagine the occult of the planetary. The occult and the planetary make 14. All of them make 14. Tone 9, then the occult is 5. Tone 8, the occult is 6. Tone 7, the occult is 7, etc. So today the occult is 3. What we're liberating today, and the occult being the blue monkey, playfulness, illusion, magic, the divine inner child. I've spoken a lot about the monkey. I'm not going to speak much about the monkey today. We have tomorrow to speak a lot about the monkey again. And today it is on tone 3, it's the electric tone, linking, service, bonding. But tone 3, let me give it activate, bond, service. So the monkey is activating, bonding, serving, we could say, together with tone 11. It's serving tone 11, the liberation, but the liberation and the dog and the monkey are bonding, are activating, bonding, serving, liberating. What is today? Dissolving, releasing anything we don't need in order to be the cosmic human, but since we're 14, the magnetic skywalker, which is what is the next tone after the cosmic human. It's the next wave after the sun wave spell. This is like orgasmic to me. I love this. All right, and yesterday the planetary tone, moon, the planetary moon, and the self-existing human, the manifested flow, purification, remembrance. Is that actually, the moon stands for remembrance, but it's not actually denoted as that. Universal water, purify, flow. Again here today in a 11 position, but yesterday it was occult. So it was form giving, defining, measuring, together with, the moon was in 10, but the human was free will, influence, wisdom on tone 4, form giving, defining, measuring, the flow, the universal water, the planetary flow, the manifest perfection, producing flow, universal water. You get it? It's like, oh my gosh, so perfect. And then we're gonna be that Skywalker, the one who brings heaven onto earth, the one who really, we get it. When we flow, life becomes this flow. You're just in every moment bringing heaven to earth, living, bringing spirit into flesh, living your joy, living love. It's just living light. Hello? I mean, it is that simple. So now I've gone on about that. Oh, should I be exhausted? Can I choose not to be exhausted? I'm not exhausted. I'm in love. I'm excited. I'm sitting with a chilling cup of coffee, transcending wisdom in the coffee cup. Oh, for me, I feel like, how big can I be to just hold these universal waters? What kind of an ocean is the universal water. It's the water of the universe. How big is that? And what holds that? What kind of dragon, red dragon container, what holds the universal ocean in place? The universal water is held by itself. It's a structure of water that holds itself. The fourth state of water is plasma. What gives shape to that? That's a quantum. Our DNA, 23 chromosomes, the 24th one appears to be missing. The 24th one is quantum. It's not visible in the third dimension, says Cryon. And we will prove that, if we haven't already done that. It's quantum. In as much as the 97% of our once upon a time believed junk DNA, it's quantum. It's what we are. It's so easy. It's so simple. For the third dimension, it's not so easy. It's like a flatlander can't get the third dimension. They cannot. It's fine. They don't have to because they are what they are. Flatlanders. We are what we are. In the third dimension, we're third dimensional. We have a third dimensional mind. It can't get eternity. It can't even understand. But we also have this eternal mind that doesn't get non-eternity. That part of us that doesn't get it, that we should be ended. We should die and end. A part of us should die and then with end. It's like, no. It's not fear that reels against that. We're afraid to die. The ego is afraid to die. Well, whatever. Maybe, maybe not. But there's a part of us that knows we are eternal. And to be locked into a paradigm of endedness, it takes me back. It's like, no, but we are both and more. And that's the beauty. That's the balance. That's the lunar tone. That's when we are one, we're also the other. But ne'er the twain shall meet. How does that go? I want to say, that square with the months that he showed, for me, it's like, yes, I can set goals in this lifetime, but I feel claustrophobic in that because I feel an enormous a lot of pressure, like I have to achieve my goals in this lifetime. For some people that really works, and for some goals that works. I mean, if I'm overweight and I want to lose weight, I can say I can lose weight in 3 lifetimes. That's not going to work for me. I gotta set that goal in this lifetime because I want to have my ideal weight in this lifetime because I actually want to have it now. So be it now. But there are other things where I can perfectly easily say, I can set a goal to sing in this lifetime. I don't need to achieve that in this lifetime. I really don't. I'm perfectly content to say another lifetime. Or a person I meet, I want to be married to this person. I want to share a whole life with this person. But I meet more than one of those people in my life. How am I going to do that? Then it's like, okay, you and I don't get to do this in this lifetime. I'm perfectly content to say, we have another lifetime somewhere else where we live a lifetime together and get to hate each other and say, oh my God, never again. And another lifetime, we will spend a lifetime together where we will die like, oh my God, no, 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 I had a beautiful 178 years with you. I want more. It's not enough. Well, whatever. So, I need that. I can't be locked into semi-claustrophobic, tiny, life. But then in the quantum field, it all is now. So it's all happening. And I can choose to consciously, yellow sun, experience that. But I understand the limitation of the third dimension. I understand the limitation of this Tatiana. It's sitting in this room now, alone, not with that person or that person, not dancing over there, not singing over here, not in New York, not in France, not on Mars, not. I'm here now. But all the other Tatianas exist in as much as all the 8-year-olds exist who can have a very different response to the crushed dream and therefore will call forth many, many, many different timelines. From the point of that 8-year-old, different trajectories, many of which lead me to this point, and many of which lead me to the 70-year-old Tatiana, and the 150-year-old Tatiana, and the 900-year-old Tatiana. There's so much life to live. There's so many experiences, but if I live in a paradigm where you don't make that many new experiences after 50, after 70, or I look at all the 70-year-olds, or most of them, and I realize many of them, we die in stages. We die in small decisions. I think we age because we, perhaps, because we're reducing the child. The child has infinite. It's like, oh my God, I can't wait to be grown up. I want to be this. I want to do that. I want to this. I want this. I want this. Once we're locked into a marriage paradigm, already you're no longer thinking like, how many times I got to be in love? I want to be in love. Oh, I'm married. Ideally, I got married. I'm still in love. But at some point, that stops. For me personally, it's like, oh my gosh, I want, like, am I going to fall in love with the same person again and again and again? I can choose that. I have experienced that. That's a really wise choice to make. But I kind of also want to fall in love with others. So how do I do that? How do I get to choose to be the experience that I have when I fall in love with others? Because it gives me a different experience of me. Now, do I have to take it down a sexual path with those others? Do I give myself that permission or not? How do I do that? Do I get to walk down a relationship path with others? Do I give myself that permission or not? How do I do that? Do I walk down a lifetime of a relationship with others, with several at the same time? Can I choose that? How do I do that? What would that look like? Just because I may not have the imagination to say, yes, I could, yes, I would want to, it could look like this. Maybe I think this can only be trouble. Well, then I can't choose it, because would I choose trouble? If I really want it, I will choose it, and I will have to take the trouble with it. Or I can say, I can't see how this can work peacefully, but that doesn't mean it can't be happening peacefully. So I choose the option of what's the best life. All the Tatianas in the future have lived all the options. They've lived all of the options. Now I choose to transcend doing wisdom, to have the future me's or the other me's inform me now, 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 now. There's only now, 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 of how to live now to and actually this me sitting here has all the experiences of all the Tatianas who've made all the experiences all of Tatiana can make. And all of these Tatianas who've made all of these experiences may not have done so by the name of Tatiana. They have as many names as there have ever been humans on this planet, because it's the one making these experiences. Do you get it? Because if I take it further back, proverbially there's one Adam and one Eve. And then they split into all the timelines of all of us. They are the original pair first. That's us. You and I, we are Eve and Adam. We are all simple. And do I have to make all these experiences? Or can I just say, I want to have these experiences because I believe I'm going to feel better in having them. I am having them. I am the feeling amazing that these experiences give me feelings of amazingness. And this is more complicated than what I'm making it right now, but right now it's as simple as I'm making it. It's not either or, it's both and more. So the spectral tone is just amazingly liberating. I'm liberating myself from the pressure of blah, 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 blah. You choose for yourself what's being liberated, where you're at. I'm going to stop here now because I've made my point. Analog moon, we know what that means. Occult monkey, we know what that means. Antipod sun. I haven't gone deeply into that. Do I have to? What is the antipod position? Is just the furthest away, reminding me of who I am. I am magnetic sun, so the dog and the sun in antipodal position are extremely relevant to me. This is my wave spell. This is my life purpose, to learn to express my being according to this wave spell. But to me personally, every wave spell is an expression, is the wisdom of life. But in my day-to-day living, when it's not this sort of meta position, I need to remember love frees me. I need to remember I free love. The spectral dog is really my reminder of how do I be in alignment with myself. Live the full spectrum of love to the best of your ability. In harmony, a dog is loyal to its person, but it will wag its tail at anyone. If it's a healthy dog, it will be petted by anyone, it will cuddle and whatever with anyone. A dog is not really sexually faithful to just one. It copulates with whomever it gets to copulate with, and then it moves on, but it still loves its owner and is faithful to its owner. Its owner, that sounds bad. Its person. Some dogs pine and die when their person, the owner, dies. I mean, use that word. Yeah, please excuse me. You know, it's like there's a deep bond. But dogs may have deep bonds with more than one, you know. So how do I integrate that in my life? I get to make wise choices. Yeah, wise choices. All right. The sun. Whatever that means. I have no idea what that means. Today I'm so dog. It's like the sun, like what? Can I have some warmth and loving everything? Universal fire, universal love, cosmic love, loving everything, loving life. A dog gets up in the morning, wags its tail, I'm here. A dog gets out, no matter what the weather, it's just like, you know, like they're excited about everything. They sniff, they wag their tail, they're excited about everything. Maybe they growl, maybe they're afraid, maybe they're this, maybe they're that, maybe they bark. Depends on how balanced and how healthy the dog is. It will live its trauma, but it won't fight against itself with its trauma. It won't go into, I'm a bad dog because I just growled at a person who's nice to me. The dog doesn't do that. It just lives the now. It lives so the now. We can learn a lot from a dog. There's a million things I could say. I'm going to stop here and I wish us all a lovely day, a compassionate with ourselves day. Stroke your own fur, touch your head, run your fingers through your hair and just go like, oh, this feels so good. We should run our fingers through our hair a lot because it's really good for our hair. It massages the roots, the hair roots, and stimulates hair growth. If you don't have someone else to run their fingers through your hair a lot that you can enjoy, do it yourself. Let the wind do it. It stimulates your hair growth. It's beautiful. We, wear clothes for a very long time, and it's stopped the hair growth on our body. We appreciate that. We don't need so much hair on our body as maybe life forms that don't have clothes to wear. But most of us like our hair or like to have good hair on our head. Let your thoughts be free. Let your hair be free. Let your hair down. Chill, relax. Let the wind blow through your hair. Let spirit move through your thoughts. Let the wind of spirit clear up the hard, hardened thought patterns. Universal water, universal wind, universal sun. Let the sun, the wind, and the moon, that's the storm. Auto generation. Let it all auto generate your hair, like your hair roots, to give you strong hair growth. That's the medicine. If we've already lost hair to the point that the hair cannot grow back, maybe we need to find a way that the hair can grow back. I genuinely believe neuroplasticity, we can get there. How do we get there? Investigate. I don't need to investigate this at this point. I have great hair, but I appreciate about myself that I investigate how do I keep my hair good, like strong. My idea would be, well, keep moving the hair roots so that they know they're nurtured, they're wanted. Hair is wanted. I appreciate the hair on my head. I appreciate my ability to think, so I like spirit, wind to blow through it and stay flexible. Yellow warrior, questioning everything. Throw out the truth all the time and reinvent the wheel. Oh, it's fun. Just for fun. Blue monkey. Just for fun. All right, now here I've ended my, oh my God, an hour and a half. Oh, please forgive me. Maybe you're not even here anymore, but if you are, oof, thank you. Lots of love to you, lots of love to me, lots of love to life, the earth, the planet, the stars, the universe. Every human on this planet is, may they be blessed and enjoying their lives, and maybe we blessed and wag our tails at everyone we meet and every moment. And even if they're growling at us, we can still wave our tail and walk away. Have a great day. Aho.